You wouldn't tolerate it from someone else. You wouldn't do it to others, at least someone you love, yet you continue to do it to yourself. This habit is not only discouraging, but detrimental to your health. Welcome to episode 79, the best habit to break for weight loss or any big goal. It's probably not what you think. Hi, I'm Clarinda, and you are listening to the Feel Light Mind and Body podcast, created for women like you. Women who are experiencing success in so many areas of life, but are struggling with weight loss, stress eating, and decreased energy. Losing weight can feel hard, heavy, and restrictive. That's why every week I will be offering you a different perspective, tips, encouragement, and a unique approach so that you can feel lighter in your mind and body rather than feeling deprived, frustrated, or discouraged. What if you could feel free, yet in control around food for the rest of your life? What if you could enjoy your experience of losing weight and getting healthier? You absolutely can. You're in the right place. Take this time for yourself and let's dive in. Blaming, shaming, beating yourself up, thinking you should never make a mistake, punishing yourself with restriction. I'm placing all of these and more under the umbrella of being mean to yourself. I want you to consider this. Do you think anyone reaches their goal, whether it be weight loss or anything else they want to attain, without ever messing up? If you do, then my friend, you're living in fantasy land. So jump off that cloud and let's get real. I'll start with my overall healthy lifestyle. I certainly don't maintain my ideal weight without going off my healthy eating occasionally. My clients don't lose 50 to 70 pounds or the last 10 pounds without making mistakes or choosing to eat things they hadn't planned on. Reflect on your health journey. What have you learned about yourself? Did you learn how to be honest without being self-critical? Was the strategy that you used sustainable? Did it feel light and enjoyable? Did you follow the new path or hang on to some of the old dieting rules because they were most familiar and gave you faster results? Those are great questions to write down and answer. You can hit the back button and catch them again, or come back to it later if you're driving or out walking, like many of you say you are. You might reach your goal by shaming, restricting, punishing, or talking crap to yourself, but that's kind of miserable, isn't it? And from my nursing, personal training, and life coaching experience, I've noticed that it's just a matter of time before those pounds creep back on and the despairing cycle continues. Usually, giving up happens when a stressor or difficult time hits and you simply don't have the energy to white-knuckle it anymore. If you haven't learned how to talk to yourself in a loving, compassionate, yet honest way, you won't have developed that healthy coping mechanism, and you'll use food, alcohol, or other substances or distractions to try to get through it and to self-soothe. Carol Morehouse has tried so many weight loss programs, and one of the main takeaways for her from the Feel Light Mind and Body program was learning how to not waste days or weeks letting one or two mistakes roll into the next day, or the notorious following Monday. What if you could learn how to stop beating yourself up and simply make the next decision a better decision by letting the judgment and shame and blame go? One way to do that is by neutralizing the emotional charge with objective facts. For example, the chip bag is now empty. Instead of letting the mean girl tell you what a glutton or imposter you are for engulfing the bag, instead of the planned bowl portion size. If you're beating yourself up, you might restrict for a while and feel like that's helpful. But if you're still feeling charged, you'll revert to looking for a quick fix to distract you from feeling bad or give you a short-term hit of pleasure. So, what's the best habit to break? Being mean to yourself. This week, start noticing when that mean girl's voice pipes in. Then respond with, "Not today, Flo," or whatever you want to call her. Today, I'm going to support myself. I'm going to be honest and caring. I'm going to imperfectly keep doing this until it becomes my new habit, my new way of living. Giving yourself credit for the micro wins will add up to macro wins. But if you never feel proud of them, they won't continue accumulating. Anything you keep beating down will only rise so high because it doesn't have ample time to reach its peak before being knocked down. Does this make sense? Message me or comment on one of my posts and tell me what stood out to you. Or message me if you have a question or an obstacle that you would like help with. Know that if you are stuck in a rut and are being hard on yourself, it doesn't mean you're broken or a failure. None of us are immune to it. It's a daily practice for me to manage my mind and emotions. So don't use this episode's content against you. Instead, be reassured that you're human. And because you are, you can also choose to be kinder and more encouraging to yourself. Not in an anything goes manner, but in an I don't have to do this perfectly. I'm going to mess up sometimes, but that doesn't give me permission to then beat myself up. That kind of manner. One of my Feel Like clients is exploring what she can do to make her life more interesting than binge watching and eating while doing so. It doesn't mean she still won't enjoy watching TV, but it'll be intentional and will serve the purpose of relaxing or for entertainment, not as a mindless action because of a lack of motivation. For you, you might be looking for a way to relax at the end of your day. You know you have dinner prep ahead of you, but you just want to unwind. Food can feel like the perfect solution and distraction. But I invite you to explore other ways you can unwind and relax that doesn't involve food. You're going to soon be having supper. Right now, especially with the nicer weather, why not sit outside or walk to get the mail? For me to walk to my mailbox and back only takes 10, maybe 15 minutes, but it's an opportunity to just breathe, take in the fresh air, the sound of birds, and notice the new life springing up. It gets me back into my parasympathetic mode, the calm and relaxed part of our nervous systems. The old me would have thought, if I can't exercise for at least 30 to 45 minutes at a time, then it doesn't count. It's really not worth it. That simple 15-minute walk outside is about so much more than simply the exercise component. So your 3 action steps this week are to 1. Answer the reflective questions about your weight journey up to this point. 2. Catch your inner critic before she gets too much momentum going. And 3. Practice speaking more kindly to yourself. And it might feel a bit awkward if you're not used to it. And here's a big tip. If your inner critic is saying you're pathetic, then don't try to jump to saying you're amazing. You have to find what feels at least somewhat true. You may have to inch yourself there. Trust me, working with a coach to guide and support you will get you there a lot faster. And it will feel so good to be supported and have accountability. I know, because I gift that to myself every week. It helps me overcome challenges sooner rather than later and grow in ways that feel so amazing. When we are in our emotions, our experience is much different than our coach's. Our perspective is caught up in our story, beliefs from the past, and we aren't able to see what a coach can see. We can receive that outside perspective from a trustworthy friend or partner, but they may not be trained in a way that will actually move you forward or break you out of that pattern. Having a trained, experienced life coach or therapist can walk you through the reframe and rewiring of your mindset. We think we should be able to do it on our own, and we do for the most part, but that boost is a real game changer. I only have my coach for 30 to 40 minutes a week, but it acts as my reset or reframe opportunity. Think about how something can make sense logically, yet your brain believes something else so deeply that it'll default back to that response the very next time. We've discussed this in episode 11, Why We Stop Doing What We Know Will Help Us, and in episode 45, The Secret to Get Out of Frustration from Doing So Well, Then Giving Up, and we continued into number 46, There's No Shame in Weight Regain. So why not decide to start fresh today? We've all started and done well for a while, and then the mean critical volume gets turned up from a trigger, and we forget to reset it, to turn it down. As you practice not being mean to yourself, remember that words have an implied tone, so you must choose them wisely. They matter. My clients especially love one of the simple tools they now have in their toolbox to use at the end of the day. It only takes 5 minutes, and as Ruth and others have said, it's a total game changer in not repeating the same day the following day, unless it was a beneficial one. It provides journal prompts for honesty, acceptance, and an opportunity to intentionally choose what they want to do the same and what they want to do differently the next day. They get clear on why they want that, and it puts them back in the feeling of control rather than feeling defeated, spiraling, or beating themselves up. What we say to ourselves before we go to bed is often what we'll wake up thinking. Be honest, be real, look at the bigger picture, and be kind. The awareness and taking the time to figure out why you did something or didn't do it takes practice and often guidance. Does it take some effort? Yes, it does. But when you can check in with what the inner critic is saying and find what might be a warning or have some truth to it, and then use it for your good, that turns what you were chalking up as a fail to a micro win. Those micro wins add up. The defeating statements like, I'm a lost cause, or I can't stick to anything, also add up. And that's hard, especially the results in the long run. I want you to succeed. Do you? I want you to enjoy the journey as you embrace all of it. The failures that you can learn and grow from, and the wins that will make you feel like you can do anything. Learning how to feel light in mind and body while you're in the process of shedding the extra mental, emotional, and physical weight will be an experience that will then become your new lifestyle. That is, if you give yourself the strategy, tools, and support, and you stop talking crap to and about yourself to others. Kindness and love are crucial if you want lasting results. Any shortcut will be temporary. Will it take some deprogramming? Absolutely. I'm still deprogramming. Will it take investing in your health? Yes, and you are worth it. If we were to teleport to 10 years from now, what would that age version tell you? Seriously, pause and go there and write down her answer. Listen to her. Pay attention, because you can't get back that time, but you can add more years of vitality to your life experience, rather than living possibly the same number of years, but simply getting by, and maybe losing your independence. I know I'm giving you some tough love today, my friend. I don't want another summer to come and go with an added 5 to 10 pounds on your wonderful body. Yes, our bodies are amazing, inside and out. And I'd love to help you live with energy, ease, and kindness by nurturing it in the best way possible. You may be listening to this podcast for the first time, or you may be a faithful listener who is hearing it differently this time. Right now, I have 3 ways you can work with me. 1, this one is so I encourage you to go to this episode's description and then click on the link to see how this month's Women's Weekend Retreat will kickstart you on whatever goal you're working on, while providing a safe and connected space to recharge and refocus. For this 10th retreat, you will get one-on-one coaching with me, as well as group coaching sessions. It's May 31st to June 2nd. The second way, you can join the Feel Light Mind and Body group program. I'll also add that link so you can check it out along with frequently asked questions. And number 3, a new VIP 4-month private coaching experience, which includes weekly coaching and full access to the Feel Light Mind and Body program. If you have questions about any of these or want to chat with me, I'll add my calendar link where you can choose a time for a complimentary 20-minute consult. I'll help you decide what your next best step is, whether that's us working together or another option. I'm here to guide and support you in choosing what resonates most with you. Okay, I'll leave you with this encouragement. Take a deep breath in and be assured that once you understand how the brain works, and the mind-body connection, along with adequate practice time to make it your new default mode, everything will make so much sense. You'll feel free yet in control, along with a sense of ease and peace within. Make it a great week, and I look forward to our next time together. Now, do yourself the biggest favor. From love, take at least one action step from what you learned today. Knowledge without application won't give you the results that you desire. Let me know on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever, what you are choosing to do and when. And yes, please leave a podcast review wherever you are listening to this. When people read your words and can see themselves in them, then you are contributing to women empowering other women. And that feels amazing. You just might change or save a life today.